What are y'all cats doing, huh? So they came out about 7 o'clock this morning. They decided they had to come out. It got down to 31 degrees this morning. Not last night, but this morning. I woke up about 6:15. It was 33 degrees. Then about 7:08, it was 32 degrees. And now I believe it's 31. So after the sun sort of come out, there's the sun. It got colder as daylight came out instead of getting warmer. So after I did the video yesterday, the vlog video, covering the base of stuff with pine needles, I ended up off of camera trying to harvest some cassava, and the cassava was just too small, the roots, the tubers. So I only did the one, and I'm going to try to put it back into a pot or something until it warms up. But I did cut the canes, and so if the rest of them just die, they freeze down and don't come back, we'll have some stuff to root. So I think I had 4 cassava plants. One of them was just had a really small cane that I don't even think I picked. But I got a few canes off of the other 3. So hopefully out of those 3, I can make, 6 or 7, 8, new cassava plants. And maybe if we have a better winter next year, maybe it's a month later before we get a hard freeze. Or maybe if I just fertilize them a little bit more, they'll grow. The tubers will grow into something we can use. Is this still somewhat green pumpkin squash or whatever going to keep growing, or did this little freeze, is it going to just kill the vine and have it start curing? I'm sure Bigger Bertha here is really ready to be harvested. I don't know how many hours it's going to take to process that into puree. Based on the other one, I had to cook like three separate times, because everything wouldn't fit in the oven to cook. So that's probably going to be like 4 hours at least to do that. That's not including, cleaning it, cutting it, de-seeding it, and all the other stuff. So that could be 3/4 or a full day's work right there. Now, if we had 2 or 3 ovens, yeah, we could probably do a lot, at the same time, within an hour. But hey, yeah, this is what we got. This is what the goat poo and pee and composted hay and fallen trees that have decomposed, where we planted that vine, this is the nutrients that made it this big. Looks like this freeze we got now finally put a little bit of a hurting on this plantain right here and this banana here. A wetland zone 1 here. Probably not going to see the extent of the freeze damage. It's still under that freeze. It could take a few days before some of these plants show some stress from the cold weather. There's one of our citrus trees there that we planted in wetland zone 1. Here's another one. It looks like our maypop completely froze to the ground. Yeah, it looks like it's dead. But hopefully it comes back from the roots. These guys grow up north and stuff for a little ways, so as long as it didn't get stressed out from the rain and flooding, maybe it'll come back. I'm surprised I see life on this other passion flower here that we planted. I think it's not as cold tolerant, but maybe it's just a little bit more protected under these weeds and stuff here. I just want you guys to see my view and see how hard it is to kind of see, and you never know where I planted everything in here. This is the wetland zone 1, so yeah, so this is almost, eye view here with me, you can see all the weeds here. It is a lot better than it was, but maybe a couple frosts and freeze will just take the rest of the weeds down. We can start just pushing down everything and get access back to wetland zone 1 and start again. I guess was the swamp sunflower. I guess them are little seed heads here. And it did well here, just, you know, we only had a single plant. You could kind of see it from a distance because all the weeds. So hopefully it'll come back here. Definitely still wondering if there are any more pumpkins, because we got all these weeds these pumpkin vines are growing into. And check this out. Despite it being 31 degrees, right there is a flower head bloom that's gonna be blooming soon if it doesn't just like turn brown. This guy might actually survive the darn winter. So the lady I got the pumpkin seeds from said that these are not the pumpkins she grew, but she also grew Seminole pumpkins. So this could be that trombone squash cross-pollinated with the Seminole pumpkin. Check out all this stinging nettles mixed in with a little bit of cucumber weed. I want to show you guys, because when I say I need to figure out how to grow sweet potatoes right, we've had these sweet potatoes in since it was chilly last year, you know, like probably spring or so. So they survived throughout the whole summer and got all that summer heat. And there we go. Small crops, you know, small tubers. There should be some level of nutrients in here, this raised bed here. I would have thought, well, you know, we should get a decent crop. But I just have not figured out the trick to master these guys. And I love sweet potatoes, so we really need to figure this out. People all over this area grow sweet potatoes. Raised beds, in ground, in pots. I'm just, you know, obviously different types of dirt, different levels of nutrients, and I'm still failing at it. The papaya really hasn't showed any stress here, but I'm guessing when whatever little, if there are any ice particles in the sap and all, it's probably going to defrost, and then this is going to turn black most likely. May or may not kill the actual plant, probably not, but we're probably going to be high stress. And look at this though, every single flower dropped or closed, not a single flower opening. Isn't that weird? I think tonight we're going to get 33 again predicted, so it'll be another little freeze, and I'm sure we won't know the extent of the damage, you know, to whatever crops for another week or two. All right, guys, take care.